Everybody, my name is Nate Milton, and I'm sharing my SMART goal for blended learning. So some of the problems that I noticed are access. So from the school counselor perspective, um, it's very difficult to run groups at CMS at my school because for a variety of reasons. Some students, it's the time factor; they don't want to miss class or flex. Others, it's I'd say embarrassment factor maybe, or feeling self-conscious that if I go and participate in a group at CMS, that others are going to know and they're going to be saying things or that they'll stick out. Um, those two things alone stop many students from taking advantage of groups. I do work with middle schoolers after all, and so there is that element of fear of not looking different from other people. Another problem that I encounter is parent involvement. So if a skill is truly going to be adopted by kids, oftentimes it requires the involvement or participation of parents. For example, study skills. When I do study skills with kids, that has to be reinforced at home. The parents have to be, oh, hey, did you try that study strategy? Are you using 20 minutes over a period of 3 days to study? And oftentimes, if I run a group in school, that communication back home doesn't always happen. I've tried using email. I've tried using other other things to stay communicating with parents, but it's not always worked. So those are some of the problems that I've encountered. Some of the non-consumption issues that I've encountered include the fact that we don't have all of these groups. So this is obviously from my perspective as a school counselor, that we don't have anxiety management groups, even though that is a huge issue within my building, and I think more broadly within schools. Study skills, a parent asks for study skills. I can do that one-on-one, but I don't have groups. Also a career group. All of those things don't necessarily, they fit within my prerogative as a school counselor, as under my responsibility, but I don't have them. I've tried them in different capacities to varying results. So here's my SMART goal. So the problem that I'm facing, you've seen both of these things, is the lack of access and um, so the fact that we don't have access because kids don't sign up for it, and then also that probably the anxiety group or the career group would be ones that we don't offer that I think could possibly work for this. What specific area of improvement do I want to target? I want to help them to gain access and either provide one of these groups. My measurable outcome is that I will have one group by the end of this course, and I'm hoping that 5 students will sign up. It's honestly hit or miss, you never know. I could have 0, so that's kind of a concern for me. Who will do it? I'm going to do it. Realistic, I think it's realistic, provided that people sign up. I honestly do not have, even if I offer a group, kids don't always sign up. Time related, I'm hoping to have this done by the end of the class. So here are some of the concerns that I have, just as I think through. First, confidentiality. I'm so freaked out about offering a group online and the fact that it's replicable, that anyone can see it. So that's one thing I'm trying to work through and wrap my brain around. Also, what if a student, let's say I offer an anxiety group online in a blended format, and they say something like, I'm going to kill myself. That is a huge concern because they're at home. I might not be even awake when they're saying these things. Hopefully I could follow up on it before anything would actually happen. But that's a huge concern for me, is what's my liability, what's my responsibility as a counselor? Am I supposed to be available at all hours of the night in case something like this is said? There's no grade associated with any of my groups. So how do I overcome that? I would hope that with maybe a high quality group that it would attract kids. They'd be interested in wanting to do it, but there's no grade, so they have no stick. Also, how do I set up a course in Schoology? That's another question I have, where my learning platform, my learning management system is Schoology, and I like the format of what we have at Millersville and some other online courses that I've done, but it's not Schoology. Schoology is, there's no text in between, it's just folders. Kids kind of have to figure out where to maneuver themselves. So I hope to offer a in-person orientation and then sort of go from there. But those are some of the questions I'm wrestling with. Thanks for listening to my SMART goal.